So here we have Sarah, a wife, not a baby mama, not a boo thing, not a side piece, but a wife of a rich man who has no children. Now, being a woman, unable to give birth to a child was frowned upon back then. Having a child was a part of an expectation. People wanted to, have a seed to leave everything, to their bloodline. Otherwise, why even have all these riches if you don't have nobody to leave it to? What's the sense in doing it? So I'm sure Sarah, she was talked about by her handmaids, her family members, and anyone close to her. And I'm sure, they had the questions, girl, when you having a baby? What's going on? What's the tea? Much like others do nowadays, whether you married or not. Where are the children? Amen. So Sarah was not in a good place, although she had the husband, she had the gold, she had the livestock, she had everything she needed, but she did not have what only God could provide, the ability to give life. Now, if I was to be in the mindset of Sarah, I would probably be angry at God. God, you done gave me all this money. I got all these great things. You know what I'm saying? But I can't get a child. God, I'm tired of this. God, I should have a child. Why me, Lord? I can imagine that. And why could I imagine that? Well, because she had the thoughts that Hagar should sleep with Abram, her husband, so that they could have a child. So she no longer had the patience to wait on God, right? She no longer believed that God would provide. She gave up on the promise of God, and then she made her own provisions. And her own provisions got Abram a baby mama and her a headache. Amen. So if you are at the point where you are ready to give up on God's promise or give up on what you have been asking God to provide, don't. He will provide it. Amen. God will do it in his perfected time. Why? Because God is a provider and he will come through on his word. Amen.